apropos that it fits right into the camera frame a little bit, the corner of the bed. Anyway, this is a sort of multi-style yoga wake-up sequence, just a sequence that really is focused on self-awareness and where you feel you need to give some attention when you wake up in the morning and what to do and where to go with it. So you'll see a little bit of perhaps even some ashtanga, a bit of restorative. So it's really a nice mix, and the idea is just to make uh, daily maintenance and a nice start to the day. So let's go over to the mat. We'll begin. Come to the front of the mat here. Make sure we're in the camera completely. Good. And raise your arms up to the sky, high as you can. With the inhale breath, deep inhale. Stay here for a couple breaths. Move the fingers, look up at the sky, like you're tickling the clouds. Here in Ella, full of rain in the clouds. Hard to believe I'm at the equator and have to wear a hat. But anyway, you always want to stay comfortable and warm, especially when starting off your yoga practice in the morning as well. So capture your elbows here. Just let yourself fall forward with the exhale breath. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Keep the knees locked. Feet are together. And just let the crown of the head with the gravity work its way down. We'll stay in each pose for a while today. Let the breath get in there. The area that's being activated. And now the next exhale breath, maybe you want to tuck the stomach a little bit. Try to get that chest down towards the knees there. And now bending the knees, make sure you get your hands completely flat for the wrists. Protect the wrists. And stepping back all the way here. Into plank. Hold there for a moment. And now we'll lift that left foot. Just push the right foot back. Already opening the calves a bit, even here in plank. Activating a bit of the core. And now the other side. Again, pushing the heel back. Maintain the head, hips and heels in line. And opening that calf with the foot that's on the floor. And now we'll go down to chaturanga. Hold it for a while. Really keep the elbows in very close to the chest, touching. Don't touch the floor. Challenge yourself a little bit here. And now curl the toes, go onto the tops of the feet. Inhale it up. Look at the sky for up dog here. Stay for a few breaths. With each breath, inflating more of the abdomen, arching more of the back, going deeper into the up dog here. And now we'll take advantage, just lower ourselves down, hips to the floor. So we're in Cobra now, and Cobra twist. This is a very nice one. So with the exhale breath, just turning the head all the way as far as you can. Try to capture the view of that opposite heel behind you, while maintaining good alignment with the head and the chest, the arms locked. If you find this difficult, then do it from the Sphinx on the forearms. That also works. And now inhale back to center. And on your next exhale, turning the head. And again, look the other way. All the way around, casting your gaze on the opposite heel. Really feel the activation there in the lower back. to center. Coming up to tabletop. And now pushing back into down dog. Slowly, carefully, especially if you have socks on like me with the cold weather. Don't want to slip. So let the head drop. Push with the palms. Guiding those heels towards the floor. Drilling them back. Raise the hips. Contracting the abdomen even more. Maintain those arms as straight as possible. And now once you're there, just before your limit, start raising your heels for walking the dog. Opening the calves, just slowly. A slow-paced dog. And pressing back all the way. Let the head drop further. Okay, the full extension here. Again, all the pressure, the force going into the palms. And now, coming up a little bit, we'll go for what I like to call two-legged dog. So, make sure that back heel's on the mat. You want to have a maximum stability here. Raise your right hand, capture the top of your left foot, and just pull it across. Activating further. One leg that's on the floor. Bit of a balanced pose. You also work with the core quite a bit here. And now exhale, release. Pushing both heels back. Dropping the head. Walking the dog. And now we'll go for the other side here. So now lifting the right foot. Make sure that left heel's on the floor. Capture the right foot, top of the right foot with your left hand. Pushing back. Opening. And the higher you lift the knee, you also get some activation there on the hip as well. Try to keep a calm breath. If you find it really challenging, you can always just lift the leg straight in the air as well, depending on your morning. So push back again here. Bending the knees, looking forward. Stepping or jumping between the hands. Straightening the legs. Going to the fingertips, looking forward again. Exhale breath. Another forward fold. And now lowering down. We're going to go for chair here. So lowering down as far as you can. Raise those arms up. Feet and knees together, looking up at the sky. Inhale, coming up. All the way here. Lifting the heels, going the toes. Extend a little further. Exhale, release. And now, finally, got body warmth. The hat's off. And we'll carry on. So, let's see if we can get the body temperature up to taking off the jersey. And so now reaching up again. Inhale. This time, exhale all the way forward. Hands straight. Tucking that belly. And the crown, the head drop. And your hoodie too. And now, turn your hands, fingers facing back, to get a little bit more extension and forward bend here. Bend the elbows and just guide yourself in with what I like to call gentle insistence, a little bit further on the exhale breath. See if you can tuck that stomach, make some more space, get more extension on the backs of the legs. And if you're good here, bend the knees just for a moment, capture the elbows behind you, and slide those forearms down, down, down the backs of the legs, creating essentially a forward bend lock. Bend the knees, hands flat to the mat, stepping back into plank. And now we'll go into the balancing position here. So one knee, your left knee on your elbow, and your right hip on your right elbow. So right hip first, left knee here, just bring it up, looking forward, and a bit of a balance pose here. You might call this an adaptation of crow, perhaps. And shooting back into chaturanga, coming back up to plank, to go for the other side, of course. And so, again, position it, capture the hip first with the back elbow, front elbow catches the knee, side of the knee, and just looking forward with a calm breath and good balance. Exhale, release, chaturanga. This time coming up for up dog. Stay here for a moment. And now pushing back into down dog. And we'll step 1 foot, left foot between the hands, drop the knee and foot to the mat. Be nice to ourselves, just gentle, supported lunge. Raising your arms up with an inhale. The progression on this, the knee going forward, opening the back hip. Remember, deep belly breathing. If you want to go a little bit further back, that's fine. But make sure you really get the oxygen down there. Close your eyes, challenge yourself. In every position in yoga, you create more awareness by closing your eyes. And like I say, seeing more. And now inhale carefully. Slowly bring your chin forward, hands to the heart. And now before we go for the other side, we'll do a reset here for child's pose. So get your hands on the mat, into table position, tabletop, and sat back on the heels, arms straight out all the way, head to the mat. If you're not there, put a block or a cushion. You want to have complete contact with the mat. Inhale, inhale, up. Right leg forward between the hands. Again, if you need more balance, separate the feet and the knee. Reaching up again for another supportive lunge. Inhale. Just letting that knee guide forward. Opening that back hip. Again, with the breath, going back further. Inhale, coming back to center. Hands to the heart. And now just dropping the hands down again. This time we do child's pose, just a little variation here. With the hands capturing the wrist, getting a little pressure there to the lumbar, releasing any tension. So capture wrist, sat completely on the heels, and forehead on the mat. Inhale, coming up. Reach your arms up in the sky. And now capture the other wrist. So do the child's pose again. Exhale breath, just leaning forward, keeping that weight there in the lumbar. It's a nice feeling of pressure there, releasing any tension from the forward back bends. And now coming up, tabletop. And then we'll go for a little bit of side plank. We haven't done side plank past couple mornings, so you have your left hand here in line with your left knee. Bring your right foot back, and you have this one perpendicular facing out, flat sole, and this is just basic supported plank. Now, if you want to go a little further with this, always a possibility. So just raise the foot, stack them one on top of the other. And if you're still feeling you like a little more here, you can do what's called the sugar cane. Bring that foot up, capture the top of it, pull back, opening. And no, I'm not using the wall. And just hold here with a smile. This opens the hips, tops of the quads. Quite a nice pose. You want to keep the head in line. Don't let the hips fall. And then when you're ready, exhale, release. Coming back down to chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. And I try not to give my back to the camera, but it might be useful to see this pose from the other side. So again, knees in line with the right hand this time. You're at the top of the foot. Back foot is flat, facing out perpendicular. Reaching up, looking up to the sky. Supported plank. And now one foot stacked on top of the other. And if you want to go for it, just like I said before, the sugar cane, reach that leg, the top of the foot to the hand. Pull the shoulder back, opening the chest and the heart. Maybe even close your eyes. And stay here for a moment. Exhale, release. Bring the feet together, dropping them down, tabletop. Child's pose for a reset. Next inhale, coming up to cobra. Stay here for a moment. Again, pushing those hands, the palms, straightening the arms as much as possible. Make sure the hips are on the floor. And now lowering down to Sphinx. Do something more rapid here, one more. So, lifting your feet, capturing the tops of them, going into bow here. So moving with the breath, pushing the feet into the hands. So you lift up the quads, chest and chin, and then just moving with the breath. It's very good for the digestive system, particularly in the morning. So activating everything. Come up, inhale, and exhale. With a slow breath. If your rocking chair is moving too quickly, just slow it down. Go gentle. You can even play with it a little bit here. Hold the breath if you're retain. Just actually make a balance for a moment with the abdomen. Exhale, release. Hands to the side. Pushing up again, tabletop. And now we'll turn around, start doing some things on our back. Take off the socks. And so now finally a little bit warmer. Bring the knees up to our chest. Just work off any tension in the lower back. Again, this is gentle morning sequence. Give ourselves a little knee hug, rocking side to side. And now straighten the legs. Capture the toes or the outsides of the feet. So forward bend laying down. Try to keep the lower back as much on the floor as possible. Just bending the elbows, bringing those quads to the chest. Really letting the breath get in there. Deep belly breathing. And exhale, release. Bring the feet down. Do some leg lifts here, a little core conditioning. So don't let the feet touch. Work with the breath. Exhale as you're going down. Let the heels just be a little bit off the mat here. Palms are facing down for a bit of leverage. Make sure the small of your back is compressed flat on the mat. And coming up, inhale. Coming up again, inhale. Nice and slow. So you get the same activation you would have with boat, but laying down. And now hold here for a moment longer. Just off the mat, those heels. And very good. Stay there. Bring the knees up to the hands, rock side to side. Make sure there's no tension after that. And now from here, we'll just drop the heels down, lifting the hips as high as you can. Lace the fingers underneath you, tucking each shoulder blade underneath, really going to the tops of the shoulders. Should feel the support there just on the back of the shoulders, or the contact rather, back of the head and the hands being the primary points here. Once you're there, try to keep your elbows as much as directly below the hips rather as possible. Get the palms of the hands just there on the waist, thumbs are on the outside. Then bring them in if you need to, but I think it's better to have the whole hand, thumbs and the palm on the outside. A little bit more open for support. And then straighten the legs, letting the weight of the lower back fall into the palms, creating release. If you need to adjust your head a little bit, keep the elbows steady. And just stay here for a while. Giving a supported back bend. If you want to go a little deeper with this one, you want to get a little bit more pressure onto the palms of the hands, releasing further. You can lift the leg. So lift the right leg. Try that. See how it feels. Hold it there. And exhale, release. Inhale, bring the other one up. Stay here for a few breaths. And exhale, release. Bring both heels in together again. Lifting up the hips, lacing the fingers again. This time we're going to shoulder stand. So make sure your shoulder blades are all the way in there, tucked in. This is better for the positioning and alignment. You don't want to have your elbows sticking out as you go into shoulder stand. Now, kick upwards, falling upwards with the feet. And just capture the back with the palms of the hands, and looking upwards. You should feel the weight just there on the tops of the shoulders. And if you have the alignment right, it's really a comfortable pose. If you're not comfortable, just come back down again. Work on those shoulder blades being tucked in, i.e. the elbows as close as possible to the torso for support. Contract the abs a little more. Really push upwards, point your toes. And don't forget to smile. And now just dropping back further into plow. Exhale breath, making space in the stomach there. If you need to give a little guidance, get those toes to the floor, grab the feet, just gently work them back there. And lace the fingers underneath you. Get with the shoulders tucking a little more. And you can coax or encourage those toes touching the floor. Sometimes these positions are a little bit more difficult. First thing in the morning, you just have to have patience. And now bending the knees. Letting yourself roll forward. Inhale. Again, capturing those knees. Another knee hug. Releasing any tension. And I'm feeling really like going for a bit of the hips here as well. So I'm going to turn back around and drop into pigeon. Now with pigeon, make sure you have full contact with the glutes on the mat. If you need to use a yoga brick in the initial position, go for it. You don't want to have the one part of the lower back or bum floating above the mat. You want to have complete contact, especially if you're going to hold it for a while, like we are here for some breaths. So pigeon again is your tabletop. Right leg comes forward. You're at a 45-degree angle with that shin, top of the foot. You're just on lean, sit back until you get compression and the glute and the top of the left hip are on the floor. Reaching the hands out all the way. I know this isn't going to be completely in the camera. And now this is a point. See, if you're here, you have discomfort and can't go further. Let's say you just stay here in Sphinx. You can use the block. Just nudge it there. And you have support. And you can extend the hands. And just drop the head to the mat. Now, this is a good way to go, even for very practiced persons, because sometimes in the morning, again, you got to adapt and just give your body a chance to wake up. Now inhale, coming back up to the center. And now we'll try the other side. So back to tabletop here. Bring the brick to the other side for use there. And again, left leg just comes up, a 45-degree angle. Not sure how this looks with a shadow. Slide that foot back, top of the foot. Once you're at a sphinx, see how you feel. If you need support and you don't want to go flat on the mat yet this first time, just place the brick there under the glute. Arms are out straight. You've got a nice contact points, everything's stable. And just let the breath work on this and get the air into the hips. And now inhale, come out. Bring the hands towards you. Remove the brick. Now, it occurs to me, a nice one I quite like is a version of Thunderbolt. You go all the way back. It really works the quads. I believe in Sanskrit it's the Supta Virjasana. So Super Thunderbolts or something like that. A very cool name. So we'll start off with this one in camel. So if you're not familiar with camel, just be very careful. Stay in camel. Don't go all the way back. If you are familiar, follow along and enjoy. So always safety first. Hips are forward. You want to maintain all the time, and the thumbs go underneath the lower back, hands on the hips, pushing forward. The feet are about a little bit separated, shoulder distance apart, more or less, a little bit less. This is the initial position. Just letting the chin and head raise, coming back. If you're comfortable here, you can do a half camel. So keep your right hand to the thumb position there for the lower back for support. Bring your left arm up all the way, open in socket. Drop that hand on the heel. Keep pushing those hips forward. Let the head drop for a little further. Let the head drop back a little further. So you have the support. And now if you're ready, either bring that hand back and then come up about halfway with the inhale breath and switch sides. So again, pushing the hips forward, opening the arm in socket, and just dropping it on the top of the heel from the other side. Half camel. So work into this gently with 2 half camels and a complete camel. Sounds really funny, but in the morning you really do have to take it a little bit, step by step. And now, so coming back means get that thumb under there for support before inhaling, tucking the chin, and coming back down to seated here. So now we're going to go up and again for a full camel, and from this we'll progress right back into the thunderbolt position I mentioned. So just be careful and make sure you have the balance and breath with you on this one. So coming up, inhale, pushing the hips forward, let yourself drop, and then one arm out, up around the heels there, other arm out, dropping on the other heel, keeping the hip forward again. And now when you're ready, raise the arms up, let yourself go back. Use the fingers as a guide. Don't hit the back of your head. Just lower yourself there on the mat. You feel extension here at the tops of the quads. Palms are facing up. Adjust your head. So you're just gently on the top there. On the back of the head and the palms facing up. Now we can do some interesting things from here as well. So if you want to, push at the elbows a little bit. And under the crown of the head. Guiding the arms back in the air. Inhale, use the elbows, release the tension off the crown of the head, tuck the chin, and come back down. So stay here for a moment. Remember, the heels are on the outside of the glutes. You want to get the maximum opening there on the tops of the quads. And a calm breath. Now, when you're ready to come out of this, this is the trick. So, what I do is push with the elbows, make a little space on the top of your head again, and get those thumbs underneath for support of the lower back. So there's no issues there coming out of this. And tuck the chin, come up a little bit more, moving the elbows back. And now you're at a 45-degree angle. You're pretty good, or just about. So from here, with one hand, you can just capture underneath the shin a little bit, pull yourself up with the other one, and then just work your way up, just progressively here, little by little. So again, come out of this one slowly, and then from here, lifting up off the heels, bring the knees together. Place the thumbs there again. Give yourself a little back massage, releasing any tension. And I've done quite a back bend there, so we definitely want to counter. Step back if you need it for space on your mat. Reach up, and we'll go for child's pose here. Again, this one with the wrist and hand connected for releasing any tension lower back. Head all the way to the mat, and stay here for some breaths. Inhale coming up. Capture the other wrist. And exhale, falling forward. And now inhale coming up. And now we're almost finished for this morning, our wake up sequence. So we're going to turn around onto our backs. And the most important yoga pose there is Shavasana, resting pose. So today I'll do it with the abdominal breath focus. Yeah, make yourself comfortable. Put the hoodie here. Take the brick, place it on the stomach, and just feel the rise and fall of the abdomen as you're here with the palms facing up. A calm breath. And now moving the fingers a little bit. If you have a brick on top of you, put that to one side. Keeping the eyes closed, just bring the knees towards you. Use the two hands as a pillow. And just lie to the side here for a little recalibration. And now when you're ready, both hands coming up to seated, legs crossed, hands to heart. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Michael Sands Yoga and Adventure channel, and have a great day.